What is something that you learned like at a very young age that you believed to be true?
My dad convinced me that I started the Bottlegate riot at the Cleveland Browns game in the 2001 season. I think it was 2001. It was the first NFL game I'd ever been to, and I went with my dad, one of my younger brothers, and my uncle in Cleveland. And they were playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and there was like a shitty call from the refs, and so it's a home game, and the call was like against the Browns or something. Anyways, I think the Browns and or the Jaguars ended up getting like an untimed down or something, and that seems to be something that happens every time I go to an NFL game, by the way. But I was like 10, and the Cleveland fans began rioting and like throwing shit onto the field, bottles, their wallets, their hats and gloves, um, like everything. And me being like a 10-year-old, just like, oh, we're rioting now. I like balled up my hot dog foil and like drew my hand back to throw it. And my dad like caught my wrist and was like, absolutely not. You are not doing that. And then we left. And uh I don't know how much later, but maybe a couple of weeks, my dad told me this story about how the camera caught me balling the hot dog wrapper up and getting ready to throw it, and then it cut to everybody else in the stadium rioting. And he convinced me that the police thought that I had started the riot and that they had traced our seats back to my aunt and uncle's seats and had like showed up at our house and like done this investigation. I believed this until I was probably 20 years old. And when I brought it up to him again all those years later, like 10 years later, he was like, no, I made that up to like fuck with you. And I was like, wait, what? For the longest time, I believed that I started a riot as a 10-year-old at an NFL game.